The reporting from USA YouTube channel is pleased to have you back. The niece of the former president, Mary Trump, has spoken out strongly about the recent developments in the $250 million civil action being conducted by the Attorney General of New York, Letitia James. An affair involving the Trump Organization's concealment of $40 million in funds has been revealed in this case that encompasses Donald Trump and his partners in business. Former U.S. District Court Judge Barbara Jones was designated as the case's monitor, and it was during her tenure that the controversy surfaced. It came to light that the Trump Organization did not comply with the court's demand and record asset transfers above $5,000. It has been stated that $29 million was sent directly to Donald Trump to settle his tax debts, and another $5.5 million was associated with a civil sexual assault lawsuit involving E. Jean Carroll. Mary Trump, in an article she published on her Substack blog, compared her uncle's behavior to that of a mob boss and demanded that he face full consequences. She demanded that the prosecution treat the case seriously and slammed the media for downplaying the gravity of the accusations. Her long-standing critical position against her uncle and his business activities is reflected in Mary Trump's demand for action. The Trump Organization failed to disclose substantial financial transactions, which Judge Barbara Jones brought to light in her court report regarding these transfers. She confirmed that she had spoken with the defendants regarding these transactions and restated the need to declare any funds transferred from the Trump Trust that were more than $5 million. The Trump Organization, together with Donald Trump and his 2 adult sons, are facing a civil fraud lawsuit that claims they engaged in misleading tactics by artificially inflating the worth of their assets to secure advantageous bank loans and tax deals. The Trump Organization's business accreditation was revoked as a result of a judgment by Judge Arthur Engoron that held Trump and his colleagues liable for fraud, notwithstanding their protestations of guilt. Judge Engoron's rejection of Trump's legal team's 4th dismissal motion highlights the continuing gravity and complexity of the judicial processes. Because of the prominent personalities involved and the serious accusations of financial wrongdoing, the case has garnered and will continue to garner a lot of attention. Trump and his co-defendants do not face the possibility of incarceration because the civil fraud case against him is still in the civil realm, despite the seriousness of the accusations. Members of Trump's family, such as Mary Trump, as well as the judicial system, are keeping tabs on this case and others like it that pertain to the president's financial dealings. Trump was also confronted with a separate court battle in Rhode Island over his right to vote in 2024, aside from this civil fraud lawsuit. On the other hand, Obama appointee U.S. District Court Chief Judge John J. McConnell, Jr. rejected this appeal. Republican presidential contender John Anthony Castro of 2024 and others challenged Trump's right to appear on the 2024 Rhode Island ballot. Significantly, Judge McConnell's rejection of Trump's 14th Amendment challenge ensures that he will be able to run for office in Rhode Island in 2024. The plaintiff's case hinged on the 14th Amendment, which deals with citizenship, equal protection, and due process. The plaintiffs failed to make a strong enough case to impact Trump's eligibility to vote, according to the court. The initial announcement failed to include any details regarding the complaint or the arguments put forth by Castro and his fellow litigants. However, the case does bring up some valid concerns regarding the constitutionality of challenging a candidate's qualifications through legal means. Notable is the fact that this challenge was dismissed in Rhode Island, a state with its own distinct legal climate. The involvement of federal judges in ballot eligibility challenges at the state level highlights how intricate and consequential these legal conflicts could be on a national level, potentially signaling possible legal obstacles that candidates may encounter, particularly from opposing viewpoints within their own party. This decision may have wider ramifications for the 2024 presidential contest. It further emphasizes the significance of the judiciary's duty in being neutral and autonomous in matters that are politically delicate. The decision of Chief Judge McConnell, who was appointed by President Obama, brings an intriguing element to this story and shows how the court remains unbiased even when confronted with political scandals. Stephen Colbert's latest performance on The Late Night Show, in which he gave a vicious monologue directed at former President Trump, has undoubtedly caused a stir in the political and comedic spheres. The caustic and sharp-witted Colbert has a reputation for openly criticizing political personalities. His depiction of Trump is no different. Throughout this program, Colbert's delivery was defined by a barrage of comedic references and satirical undertones directed at Trump's speech, demeanor, and political activities. Many different people's perspectives have been brought to light by the wide array of responses to this humorous takedown. The audience's reaction to Colbert's monologue shows how divisive it was. Supporters of Trump have called the segment rude and detrimental to serious political conversation, while viewers generally agree that he uses comedy to examine and hold public officials accountable. There is more to the effect of Colbert's Trump impression than just comic relief. The impact of late-night hosts on public opinion and the function of satire in political discourse are topics that this incident ignites. Such humorous criticisms, according to some experts and pundits, might help put public personalities in a human context and alleviate political tensions. On the other hand, some people are worried that satire could unintentionally influence public opinion by blending amusement and news. The situation highlights how complicated political satire can be, particularly when it involves prominent personalities such as Trump. It makes us wonder how comedians and hosts can impact public discourse while yet maintaining a sense of humor in political commentary. All things considered, Colbert's monologue is more than simply a comedic moment. It's a reflection of how late-night TV is changing the political landscape and how it may influence, question, and mirror public conversations about important people and topics. The part of Stephen Colbert's The Late Show, where he explained the charges against Donald Trump and his possible run for a second term as president, is representative of the role that late-night hosts play in political debate. The sarcastic Colbert took use of the chance to voice his disapproval of Trump's political goals and the consequences of his re-election. Despite his comedic bent, Colbert's criticism of Trump as a fascist had a somber undertone. To back up his assertion, he referenced several instances of what he saw as degrading language used by Trump during his campaign. A hallmark of Colbert's style, this method blends comedy with critical analysis, demonstrating how comedy can tackle weighty political topics while appealing to a wide audience. Some viewers found the piece humorous, while others found it rude. Reactions were divided overall. This contrast shows how comedy can stir up strong feelings and add to the public conversation, particularly when it comes to public individuals in politics. A lot of people's opinions are shaped by late-night comedy shows like The Late Show, which also provide a forum for people to criticize and comment on political figures and current events. These broadcasts amplify societal and political discourse, whether via comedy or controversy. Overall, Stephen Colbert and other late-night shows have an influence that goes beyond just entertainment. As an example of the power of humor in contemporary political debate, their parts frequently prompt viewers to question the validity of certain political leaders and issues. It is our responsibility as viewers to approach this content with an open mind, considering the many points of view it may elicit and participating actively in the conversations it starts. A major turn in the continuing legal struggles involving Trump has occurred with Federal District Judge Tom Chutkan's rejection of a motion from the legal team of former President Trump. In an effort to recover documents that went missing during the investigation on January 6th, the petition sought to subpoena a number of companies and individuals. According to Conservative Brief, this motion was denied by Judge Chutkan, who is supervising special counsel Jack Smith's case against Trump, the judge saw the request as less of an attempt to get particular evidence and more of a fishing expedition. The decision was made because Trump's documents request was vague and did not clearly identify the information that Judge Chuck was looking for. It was also noted that Trump did not provide enough justification for the extra categories of records that he wanted to have subpoenaed under Rule 17c. She criticized Trump's staff for providing nebulous explanations of the document's possible relevance and stressed the significance of a good faith effort to get identifiable evidence. The judge said in a footnote that written transcripts were enough and that the request for recordings was too early, responding to the government's claim that video recordings were categorically irrelevant. However, the judge did not delve deeper into these points because Trump did not fulfill the first burden for the subpoena request.
The denial of Trump's request for subpoenas under pretrial Rule 17c by Judge Chuckin emphasizes the critical need for legal motions to be clear and precise. The need of being detailed and making good faith requests in legal matters, especially in high-profile situations, is highlighted by this decision. As a reminder of the difficulties of pursuing broad, poorly specified requests in court procedures, the denial of this motion is a setback for Trump's legal team. Furthermore, it stresses the need of following the rules of law and the possible repercussions of not providing a clear and justified reason for subpoenas. While we wait, feel free to leave a comment with your opinions. Please hit the like button if you thought this video was helpful. Until we meet again, we appreciate you watching Reporting from USA.